Guest 1337 is one of the 8 survivor characters in Forsaken you can play as. His role in the team is a stunner, or if you'd like to get really fancy, a sentinel. Spawning with a fearsome 115 HP, he is capable of surviving and tangoing with the killer, as so long as he's able to make the right calls. With his block ability, he is able to completely flip a fight on its head, as he predict when the killer attacks before realizing they've just dealt a whopping 0 damage to you. Not only that, but the moment he lands a parry, a speed boost is gained for a short period of time alongside an ability unlocking called Punch. Punch does exactly what it sounds like, and puts the stunning into stunner. That's only if you actually land it, of course, as sometimes you'll try throwing out a punch only to realize that the killer decided to sidestep just a couple studs to the right, and now you look like a total idiot. He also gets a charge ability, which makes Guest enter a battle cry as he knocks back the first thing to enter his warpath. This can lead to some very useful interactions that'll leave the killer more disrupted than just a stun. However, if I had to describe how it feels to play Guest, well, imagine me this. It's only been a minute into the round. Your entire team is getting picked apart one by one. Then, soon enough, you become the next target. You knew this would happen, and with only a 2-time left on your team, there's nobody else looking after you. Your adversary closes in, and you can feel the cold embrace of death right beneath your skin. Do you give into resignation, letting your entire team down and becoming just one more fodder? This might be peak. This might be peak. Oh my god. No! No! You're joking! Why 2-time? Why would you do that? All my progress undone. All of it. And this is what I'm talking about. Now, I know this video isn't about 2-times, but can I just get this off my chest? I mean, come on, what are these imbeciles doing sometimes? I swear to God, I could put a toddler on an iPad to play Elliot, and at least he'd be able to do more for the team than this useless sack of rocks. There's genuinely no redeeming factors for this character. It's 120 HP split across 2 phases. But it's even worse than that, because the moment you receive your 40 HP after being beaten up, you become this active detriment as the killer purposefully leaves you for last because they know they can kill you so easily during last man standing. At least chances get screwed over by circumstances not in the control of them or the killer. But you can loop the killer though. You can literally every role in the game has some sort of function to loop the killer or otherwise throw them off to be able to get away easier. But no, we love 2-time because we love rage baiting. It's rage bait. You can't convince me otherwise. Anyways, back to Guest. This guy is pretty unique in that he's basically made to constantly thrive off of being attacked. You'll almost always see a guest trying to throw hands with the killers in hopes that once the killer does become a little irritated in their presence, you'll be able to pull off a nasty parry punch combo. I will say, these parry punch combos are very satisfying to pull off and makes you feel like you've just earned your big win. However, I would be lying if I said this combo is actually reliable, as for the most part, a killer with any sort of competency will just back off the moment they've gotten parried. This almost always works in their favor because a punch comes out quicker and stuns for longer if you do it within a few seconds of parrying. If you reserve your punch instead, it will be slower and the stun will be quite pitiful. Though, remember, there still is a speed boost to be gained, so it's not entirely a loss. Unfortunately, Guest is practically made to be the one survivor which can get clowned on a lot. You miss a parry, you look like a fool. You landed a parry but missed the punch, you look like a fool. Sometimes you can even miss your charge and just go barreling off the side of a cliff if you're really clumsy. Trust me, it can happen, and when it does, you look like a fool. But that's just part of playing Guest. Sometimes you have to accept the fact that you're about to press Q and you're about to eat shit for it. So just let it happen. Oh, holy moly, did I actually just land that parry? Oh my god, it's all. See, on the other hand, you'll look like an absolute prediction god with this character. There'll be moments where you are straight up bullying the killer the way you've been parrying, keeping distance when your cooldown is off, and then right as they think you've gotten you without your stamina, you hit them with the parry. It's evil, but sometimes some of these killers just need to be taught one way or another, and in that way, you're basically doing them a favor. You know, character development and all, it's pretty healthy for a young adolescent. Everyone needs to get a little bullied, right? Right? This wouldn't be classified as like actual harassment. I mean, this guy is, yeah, he's having a pretty rough time, but, and did I even mention the absolute joys of being able to charge? This ability has a long cooldown of 50 seconds. However, is extremely rewarding to use if you do it right. Usually, getting on top of an elevated surface is the best way to approach this ability. When they're pursuing you, they might stick to the edge a bit, and when they do, you want to be able to knock him right off. It may be tempting to use this as a getaway tool, but don't be too much of a fool. If you don't manage to bash into an enemy with this ability, you will end up with a slowness stack for up to 11 seconds. This will practically make you a sitting duck, and is only recommended in times of pure emergency and desperation. You can also use it to kill minions, which is always great, but not always worth it unless you're dealing with 1x's minions. Overall, this makes Guest a pretty solid sentinel, as he is constantly seeking thrills in being chased. Sometimes you don't even need to be the one getting chased. All you need is a solid point where the hitbox producer will attempt to connect their hitbox with an hitbox escaper. As long as there's any reason for the killer to be pressing the mouse 1 button, that's a reason for you to press Q. Leeching off of other people is helpful and will even make you a valuable member of your team, as people end up appreciating your efforts to divert the killer's attention from them to you. Just make sure you don't try your luck too hard, or else you actually will become the next victim, and there might not be a guest looking out for you. I swear though, sometimes these can turn into full-on VIP missions as you fight tooth and nail to keep someone alive, only for them to die 30 seconds later anyways. But that's part of the sacrifice of playing guest. You spend all of your efforts diverting the attention of a killer, predicting their movement, and catching them when they attack you, delivering a haymaker straight to their face for being so foolish, and then a two-time just happens to walk in the way all like, "Hey there, what's going on in here?" before being absolutely walloped by the killer. Yes, I'm still on this point, and yes, I am still petty. I was robbed, and I received nothing in compensation. But maybe that's what Guest is all about. Self-sacrifice. To put your body in front of others, and to be the true hero that everyone relies on. Or, you know, you miss a parry and then get brutally mauled. Whichever spectrum you're on, just know that you're at least being a team player. What? You think I moved on? No. I will not rest. You two-time mains will know my pain. I will show you what you have done to me. All of you stupid pieces of shit. Thanks for making it to the end. That probably means you like you know, you enjoyed the video. So, you know, it would be pretty cool if you subscribed, as I'll continue doing content for this game. I'll probably be going on a more cohesive tangent on 2 times later, since I actually do have a lot of thoughts about the class. But otherwise, I'm gonna go delete the 55 gigabytes worth of footage that I have on guest, which admittedly doesn't even hold a candle to the 141 gigabytes I had for my chance video, which you should also watch. Okay, ciao.